What I thought we would do today is have a conversation, and I'll talk a little bit, and then I want you to feel free to have questions, or to ask me questions, or to talk about your stories. I think it's really important to get the information out about what we can do better next time, what worked this time, but also it's important to talk about things that are as stressful as Saturday was for us. Because no matter where you were, and I was in McKinleyville at Safeway, there were a lot of panicked people there, and I will talk about my experience as well. So before I continue, I want to just say, is there somebody sitting on something they need to say right now, or need to ask right now? Okay, I always give that opportunity, because if you have that something in your mind, you will not hear anything that goes on there. So my story. So we had a 6.5, as you know, and it was around 4:27 on Saturday, and I was in Safeway. And remember how that felt. How many people were in McKinleyville when that happened? Okay. How many people were in Eureka? Okay. And there were people who were other places. Okay. Arcata. Fortuna. Fortuna. Okay. So I'll talk about the McKinleyville. So it kind of started slow, just long enough for you to know what happened. And then it kicked in gear, right? Or at least that was my experience. I was at the checkout counter at Safeway, actually almost done paying for everything. And what I did myself was I dropped. I held on to that counter, went down, squatted down, and covered my head with my left arm. And as I was doing that, I was quite aware of the rolling and shaking, but I was also quite aware of a lot of footsteps around me. And it became very clear once the shaking stopped that a lot of people had run outside. And I know that's often our first instinct, and there were videos that were on, that you can see online, of, I think it was the Co-op. It was another place where people were running outside. If you go and you look at those videos again, look at it, you see the people running. Look at it again, you'll see, there's my neighbor, hello. Look at it again and you'll see the lights swinging. And look at it again and you'll see that those checkout counters didn't move. Didn't move. Drop, cover, and hold is what we tell people here in the United States is the best way to respond to the initial earthquake itself. You're dropping down, you're covering your head, and if you can, you're getting under something. I couldn't get under something, but I was next to something stable, and you hold on. Why do you hold on? Anybody?
By tossing down. Tossing you around.
Tossing you around. So you're at your house and you're under a table, and if it's a big enough earthquake and that table moves, you want to move with the table. You don't want to all of a sudden not be under that table, okay? And that's what we're teaching a lot of our school children is dropping, covering, and holding. So if I could say anything, first off, is think about that. People who were in Costco, think about Costco, those huge aisles on either side of those big shelves, okay? Normally I don't tell people to move, I would tell you to move to the center. You know where the clothing is? Drop, cover, and hold there. Get yourself out of the way of those big, up to the ceiling, so high scares you to death, and get into the center. And another store you might be in, unless you're in maybe the liquor aisle, I would say drop, cover, and hold. Okay, so drop, cover, and hold, drop, cover, and hold. If you bring anything back out of this, that's what please remember that piece. So, anybody have any stories about how drop, cover, and hold might have worked for them? Yes?
I was in a storage unit that was has two actual, it's like 2 stories high. And then on the second story, it has 2 tiers above it. And I was on the second story when it hit. And my choice was either go under the second tier or go down the stairs, which the stairs were like not okay because that's where everything would be going if things started moving. And at least with under the tier, there were boxes around me that would have caught any.
Exactly. Anything falling on your head. Exactly. So, if you have something, can you speak loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was at a birthday party for 2-year-olds, and I happened to have my grandson in front of me, and the first thing I did was drop on him, cover him. All the parents did the same thing. We dropped immediately on our children and just held on to that
Gives me
hand
chills.
whenever was close.
That gives me chills. That is exactly what you should be doing rather than trying to swoop up those kids and run out. The chances of possibly being hit by something falling inside the building or hit by something falling outside the building as you go out the door. With the people who were in Safeway and who were running out through glass doors that were going in and out and in and out and in and out. If that had been a strong enough earthquake and those glass doors had broken, there would have been some injuries there. So we really want people to know about drop, cover, and hold.